It looks like Meta is officially entering the generative AI race. They just had an event today in New York where they announced 3 features that they're going to be rolling out to a select group of advertisers that transparently are, kind of basic, nothing groundbreaking, nothing crazy, but are exciting because you're seeing it across the board now. All the big ad platforms are beginning to experiment with generative AI. They're beginning to see the potential of it, and they're starting to invest heavily into those. Transparently, I think this is a smarter investment for Meta than the Metaverse, but that's a whole nother story. So in today's video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down the story, talk about what Meta is rolling out, who they're rolling it out to, what the timeline looks like, and also at the end of this video, talk about things that I think they should be doing. So I think maybe some acquisitions Meta should be making, not just even Meta. Like if you're TikTok, if you're Google, any of the big players out there, some of the things they should be doing to kind of speed up the process, get a bigger foothold in generative AI. Because I think that's going to be a game changer for a lot of these ad platforms, where kind of the first player to really crack it and get some very useful AI tools into their platform. It's going to give advertisers much better results much faster, which is going to draw more ad revenue to the platform. So I think this is going to be one of those things where kind of the first person to it is actually going to grab like a big market share. Usually I'm not a big fan of first mover advantage. I don't think it's really a thing. In most cases, Apple has proven that. But in this race, I think it is more important than other races. So let's hit the share screen over here and just kind of cover this is a CNBC story. So Meta unveils AI testing playground to help advertisers build campaigns. So basically they had a small little event in New York today, and they unveiled this thing called the AI sandbox. So essentially what they're going to do is they're inviting a very, very small select group of advertisers to begin testing their first 3 generative AI features. And then of course, they're going to be rolling out more and more AI features into that playground. They're also going to be expanding the rollout to more advertisers in the summer. They also announced some updates to Meta Advantage for better reporting and some dynamic video stuff. We're not going to cover that in this video. We're going to focus mainly on the AI features they rolled out. So let's go over here. Reuters actually does a better job of kind of breaking these down, at least visually showing them. So let's pull up this image right here. This kind of shows the 3 things they announced. Okay, so here's the 3 things they announced today. The 3 generative AI features they're going to be rolling out again in this AI sandbox. So number 1, which I just think is probably the most kind of immediately useful and exciting, is kind of real-time AI variation on text, or text variations using AI based on audiences. So again, not 100% clear because it's just happened today, exactly what the interface is going to be like, exactly how this is going to work. If this is going to be something where it basically is going to suggest a lot of variations based on who you've been targeting in the past, and then you can just copy and paste those for your different audiences, or if it's going to do it almost in real time, which I think would be way more useful, which is you kind of put in your initial copy and you maybe give it some core bullets of our product is X, Y, and Z. Here's the pain points. Here's the problems. Here's the solutions. Here's the social proof. Here's the UGC. Here's all this stuff. Here's our tone of voice. And then Facebook goes and basically, depending on who's seeing the ad, shows them a different variation of the copy based on their interests and stuff. That's the much more useful and exciting version of this feature. I don't know exactly how this feature is going to play out, but eventually that's where we're going, where you can basically, you should be feeding into Facebook, TikTok, Google, Snap, Pinterest, Twitter, whatever, all the parameters, basically giving a lot of inputs about you, your business, your value prop, all that stuff. And then it's going to dynamically create both creative and copy that's personalized on an individual level. Probably start eventually just in the beginning phases on like a bigger audience level, but eventually diving down to a personalized level. I think that's where we're going. So this feature, text variations, probably the most exciting out of the gate. And everyone kind of loves this stuff because it just takes a lot of the work out of it. It's like people hate writing copy. People hate writing stuff. That's why ChatGPT has been so great, because it just writes a lot of stuff for you too. And people hate that. So it's a big pain point. So I think this will be the most useful, the most popular. Now the other 2, again, kind of cool, but like not that groundbreaking, not that beneficial in terms of just ROI for advertisers. One is a background generator. So essentially the way this will work is you'll upload images of your products. I'd imagine they're going to be transparent, or maybe it'll have some AI that does a background remove. Either way, upload your image of your product, and then you can just kind of type in, like this example in the middle, you would type in cloudy background on sunny day, and it would then put the background there of basically clouds and a sunny day. Or you could write, on a minimal coffee table, and it put on the minimal coffee table. So this would essentially allow you to create lots of image variations very, very quickly by just typing in pretty basic prompts of where you want the background to be. Now, again, not the biggest deal in the world because the product's still going to be front and center. It's not really doing anything for the product. You still need to have product imagery, and transparently also like product imagery ads like aren't the greatest ads for cold traffic. For sure for DPA, for retargeting ads, having just a product there and some deals and discounts can work. But for cold traffic, this type of creative just really isn't that compelling. So again, right now as it is, I don't think this is that great of a useful feature, but still pretty cool. And the third one, this actually is pretty useful. It's image outcropping. And you're seeing some AI companies that have been doing this already, where essentially one of the challenges with these ad platforms, especially a platform like Meta, is there's so many placements, and each one of those placements has different dimensions, different sizes. And so what that means if you're a advertiser is you need to either just be lazy and upload one dimension and then it looks bad everywhere else, or not run it everywhere else, or you put the time in and you got to create images and in a creative in 1x1, 4x5, 9x16, all these different dimensions. That's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work, especially if you test a lot of creative. So what this will do essentially is you can give it the initial image in 1x1 or 4x5, and it'll essentially expand it and kind of expand the background of the image and make it look congruent and fit a 9x16 story format. I think that's pretty cool. That's actually pretty useful and will allow advertisers to run on all placements without having to worry about their creative looking bad or not looking professional or polished. Where this gets more exciting, in my opinion, is video. I think that's where it starts to get very interesting, is if they can take this technology and leverage it for video, where if you upload a 1x1 or a 4x5, it can make it look really good on 9x16, or vice versa. If you have 9x16 creative because you've been running TikTok and Reels, it can make that video look really good and native on a 4x5. That's one of the more challenging aspects, because a lot of us, like we're filming, you might shoot something like this where it's kind of YouTube format, 16x9, and then you want to have things for TikTok and Reels, which is 9x16. Then you want to have things for in-feed on Instagram and Facebook, which is 4x5. Video is a lot more time consuming. So if they can do stuff in that space in terms of video outcropping, that gets very interesting. But I digress. So there you have it. Those are the three things that Meta announced today in New York. Text variation, basically using AI to create lots of variations of text based on who is getting delivered the ad, the targeting. Background generation, which is just kind of a basic image, like basic prompt for image generation in the back of an image, a product image. And then 3 is image outcropping, taking 1x1, 4x5, expanding it to look good on 9x16. So all that pretty cool. I think, again, none of these are groundbreaking. None of these are super valuable. None of these will be like a game changer for your ROI and your ads. But I like the direction that Meta's going on this more than Metaverse, right? I think the Metaverse investment, in my opinion, is just you're just chasing, you're throwing, good money after bad. I think they're so in the hole there, and we're still years and years out for that becoming a reality. And whereas AI is here today, and these things immediately impact and benefit Facebook's bread and butter, which is the ad platform, which is what they should have been doing all along. They should have been investing in making the ad platform better and better and better. Instead of investing tens of billions of dollars in Metaverse, they should have invested that all in the ad platform. And I think they would have had a huge advantage over all the platforms and rolled out features like this way quicker and been way ahead of the pack instead of kind of falling behind the pack here. So what I think they should do, these are cool. But what I think they should think about doing, and this isn't just Facebook, this is any of the platforms out there, is making some strategic acquisitions that could definitely give the ad platform some really nice USPs, some unique selling propositions that give it an edge over the competition. So I want to kind of talk about some of those. So one, I think, is an app like Pictory. I think something like this, again, I'm not saying exactly acquiring these exact companies, but something like this, because there's a lot of companies that do, there's a lot of people in the AI space now that are all doing similar things. So Pictory is pretty cool because it allows you to basically turn, scripts and text into videos. And it basically uses a massive library of stock video footage and AI to recognize what's being said in the script to basically create full videos. So you could essentially create, entire transcript. And so you could go in, you could go to YouTube, you could grab somebody's video of a really big authority influencer in an industry you want to operate in, go to ChatGPT, have it model that person's voice and tone and style, then have it write a script for something totally different, but using that really good tone and style, then take a script like that and bring it to an app like Pictory, put it in here, and then it'll create, videos for you. And they actually are pretty good stock video. So this allows you to create videos really quickly, really easily without having to film anything. It does auto captions, auto transcriptions. It can turn blog posts to videos, scripted videos. It can summarize long videos and create video highlights, all this cool stuff. So I think this would be a really interesting thing for Meta because creating video is very challenging for a lot of people. As somebody that teaches and talks to a lot of marketers and business owners on the smaller side, creative is their biggest holdup usually when it comes to marketing. They just can't create enough assets. They really struggle with creating things like videos. And so if you can give tools like this directly in Ads Manager, where somebody could come in and basically, upload their Shopify product page, which has all their benefits and all that on it, and have Facebook create basically an ad using the text to then create stock video and stuff, that could be really, really interesting. So I think an acquisition like that would make sense to make video creation in the platform very, very easy. I also think something 11 Labs could be interesting. So 11 Labs is definitely the market leader when it comes to AI voice generation, basically cloning your voice or cloning anybody's voice and then allowing you to upload a script and it reads the script as that person's voice. It actually is scary good. This is another thing that I think TikTok, Facebook, and TikTok could do it, but the Facebook, we're talking about them. So could put into Ads Manager, give you the ability to then have, all kinds of AI voices that you could then basically upload, videos with like a pictory or something like that, and then basically upload a script and it can read it. And so now you have, you have a narration, you have the video, makes creating videos really, really easy if you have something like that. And then two others. One is Descript. I'm a huge fan of Descript. I really love it. One of the things that TikTok did, which is brilliant and has given them a huge competitive advantage over the competition, is they have CapCut. CapCut is like their Trojan horse, right? And a lot of people don't even know that CapCut is owned by ByteDance, which owns TikTok. They're their sister companies. And everybody uses CapCut now to edit their videos and create videos and for their ads or for organic content. And TikTok's added so many cool features into that app. They've added all kinds of AI stuff. They have all kinds of templates. It makes it really, really easy to create TikToks. It makes it really easy to create organic TikToks and paid ads on TikTok. So again, that makes it great for TikTok because they have this amazing video editor that people can use to create basically stuff for their app. Now, technically you could use it to create Facebook and Instagram ads. But I think this is an opportunity for Meta to play the same game and get their own editor, like a really robust, badass video editor that could potentially compete with a CapCut. And maybe they do it as their own independent app. Like when they acquired Instagram or WhatsApp, it stays independent, but just they integrate elements of it into Ads Manager, or potentially they just roll it all the way into Ads Manager. Either way, and even like Instagram organic isn't as good at editing as TikTok. So making a smart acquisition like a Descript, which is a great AI-based video editor with all kinds of cool AI stuff built into it, voice cloning, overlays, stock footage, all kinds of stuff, would be a really, really smart acquisition for them. And a lot of these companies are super young. I'm sure they could scoop them up for next to nothing compared to the ROI that they're going to give them. And then the final one, this isn't so much an AI company, but I think it would be smart, is a company like Motion App, where it has really, really robust creative tracking and reporting and analytics. So again, beefing up their reporting, beefing up their analytics, beefing up the data collection, because we all know that once ATT happened, like it became really hard to get accurate reporting. So the more stuff Meta can do on the reporting side and the analytics side, the better for advertisers. So I think those four companies would make interesting acquisitions for a Meta. I really like the Descript potential one because I think that just could be a huge win for them. And if you think back to Meta's origins, they have till today, they have a really, really bad track record at rolling out their own stuff. When they've built things internally and tried to copy people, it really has not worked. It's failed way more times than it's worked. However, Zuckerberg, one of the things he has had a knack for over the years is making good acquisitions, right? You think about Instagram, WhatsApp. Those were really, really smart acquisitions that paid off massively. And at the time, people thought he was crazy, spending $1 billion on Instagram. Now it's worth, 100+ billion, right? And it's been a massive driver of profits for the company. Same thing for WhatsApp. So I think Meta needs to get back to that's what they're good at, is identifying up and coming software and apps. Don't try to copy them, just acquire, right? Go out there and make an acquisition or a bunch of acquisitions in this space and immediately add really powerful generative AI to your ads manager instead of trying to build it, which is going to take more time. And it's always going to be playing catch up because these apps are already out there. They're already really good. Meta's starting here trying to build and trying to copy. So that's what I think they should do. Curious what you guys think. If you think that Meta, well, one, do you think these 3 features are useful. Would you use them? Do you think they're going to have to make a, kind of a needle mover or a difference in your ad performance? Let me know in the comments. And then also let me know whether you think it's a smart move for Meta to make some acquisitions, like an 11 Labs, like a Descript. Maybe there's an app I didn't mention in there that you could drop in the comments and let me know. Either way, drop a comment, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next video. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. Now, I was going to hire Sarah McLachlan to do this read instead and play some really sad music behind it to really guilt you into subscribing to my channel, but she was booked and I couldn't afford her. Rates are ridiculous. So anyway, you got me. So if you want more content, if you want to see more videos, you want more marketing and business tips and advice and all that good stuff, or just want to show some support, hit the subscribe button here. It's floating around on the screen somewhere. And if you want to watch more content from me, there's also another floating box somewhere on the screen with another video that YouTube and their really, really smart algorithm thinks you'll like. Check it out. I know you'll love it. And I'll see you in the next video.